Hello there and welcome to Lower 6th Further Maths A-Level. This is the core part of the syllabus and we're working on the specimen paper here. Right, so let's get started. So we're on question 4 now and it's quite a wordy one, so let's work our way through this slowly. Company manufactures radios, agreed a 20-year contract with the supplier. In the first year, 500 radios, so first year 500 radios were supplied. In each subsequent year, the number supplied was 50 more than in the previous year. The amount received by the company for each radio during year N was this amount here. The total cost during year N was this value here. According to the model, the profit made in year N is represented by this formula. Okay, so what we need is the revenue first. And that is how many how many radios were made in year N. So it's going to be 500 plus 50 more in each subsequent year. So it's 50 times N. But hold on, if N is 1, that's the first year, then that would be 550. So we need to do an N minus 1 here. And we then multiply that by how much they received for each radio, and that was 20 plus N squared over 45. And then the cost is what we're going to have to subtract from this. So it's going to be 1,000 plus 10N squared. So let's simplify this revenue bit first. It's going to be 450 minus plus 50N times by 20 plus N squared over 45. So expanding these brackets, we're going to get 450 times 20 is 9,000. 450 times n squared plus over 45 is going to be 10n squared. 50n times 50n times 20 is 1,000n. And the last part here, 50n times n squared over 45, that's going to be 10 over 9 n cubed. Great, okay. And then what we need to do then is take away the cost. So profit Pn is going to equal 9,000 plus 10n squared plus 1,000n plus 10 over 9n cubed. Take away the cost, 1,000 plus n, 10n squared. Okay, so let's work this out. It looks like the 10n squareds cancel, so that's nice. 9,000 take away 1,000, that's going to be 8,000. 1,000n, that doesn't have anything to take away from, so it's just 1,000n here. And then we've got this plus 10 over 9n cubed. Okay, it looks like what we need here is to factor out a 10 over 9, so it's exactly how it wants it in our answer. So 10 over 9, so we'll bring in the n cubed first, that's the easiest bit to deal with. So dividing this by 10 and timesing it by 9, we get 900n. And then for the 720, that's the same as when we do 7,200 times 10 over 9. So yeah, that's going to fit in there. If you expand the brackets here, you'll see you'll get 8,000 straight away. Okay, great. That's the first part done. So we've muddled through a lot of that wordy stuff. So the profit is here. Use standard results of summation. So it's a series question. To find the total profit made in the first n years of the contract. So for part B, let's split up our page here because it's going to be a long one, is the summation from 1 up to capital N of 10 over 9. So it's summing all the profits up after n years, capital N years. N cubed plus 900 n plus 7,200. Okay, let's bring this 10 over 9 out to the front and then split up these series. So it's going to be the series of n cubed plus 900, lots of the summation of n, plus the summation of lots of 7,200s. Okay, so bringing in the formulas now. It's 10 over 9 times n, capital N squared over 4, n plus 1 squared, plus 900 capital N over 2, n plus 1, plus, and if you're just adding a bunch of 7,200s up n times, you get 7,200n. So I can pull out a factor of n here, and what I'd ideally like is fractions of 4 all the way along. So that's what I'll do next. So pull out the n and fractions of 4 all the way along. So I can pull out that denominator of 4. So to make a denominator of 4 here, I need 1,800, and I've pulled out the n, so I don't need that anymore. And on this bit here, I need a fraction of 4 on the bottom, so that's going to give me 28,800 over 4, and I've pulled that capital N out. Right, now pull out the 4, so that's going to divide, cancel out with the top 10 and the one of those 2's on the bottom, so that'll be 5 on the top now, and another one of these 2's on the bottom, so that'll make it an 18. Capital N, and now is where we'll probably expand and cancel out a bit later. So n cubed plus 2n squared plus n, expanding that first bit, plus 1,800n plus 1,800 plus 28,800. I doubt this last bit's going to factorise nicely for us. So 5 out of 18, capital N, and then simplify the bracket. N cubed plus 2n squared, there's nothing else there. We've got n and 1,800n, so 1 plus 1,801 n, and 1,800 adds 28,800 gives us 30,600. Perfect, so that's what we need here. We've got A as the value 5 out of 18. We've got B as the value 2. We've got C as the value 1,801. And D as the value 30,600. Okay, great, so that's a big 5 marker done. Part C in the last bit, at the end of 20 years, the contract has just exceeded 500,000. Assess the model in the light of the information. So what we have to do is grab our formula, this one here from before, and plug in the profit after 20 years. So plug in the value for 20 here, do that all on your calculator, and we work out that T20 is going to be equal to 419,000 pounds. Okay, so given that this was the estimated profit, and this here was the actual profit, we can therefore conclude and assess the model by saying the estimated profit is less than the actual profit. If you don't write this concluding sentence, you don't get the full marks. Okay, So the estimated profit is less than the actual profit. Okay, great. So that's 9 marks for question 4.